Aloha, hello, welcome to my channel, this time with another Grimsby preview. This time it's going to be about the midweek fixture against Wealdstone. We're travelling to Wealdstone on Tuesday night for a 7:45 kickoff in the National League after another successful win at home to Yeovil yesterday. Not the best performances by the Mariners yesterday. Professional, solid, with goals from a penalty from John Lewis and one hell of a strike by John McAtee as well sealed the win against a tough Glovers side. Let's not kid ourselves, they made it difficult for us. But in the end, we did enough to get over the line here. Next we go, like I said, we head back down London way to take on a team that we have never actually played before. We've never played Wealdstone at all during our histories. Obviously they play at Grosvenor Vale, which is in Ruislip. What else do we have here? Like I said, we've never played them, so it will be a new experience for us. The last few results, Wealdstone have won 1 of their last 5 games, whereas we've won 4 league games on the bounce. And we are looking to extend that and get another away win. If you want to know some odds for the game, Bet365 have Grimsby Town at 13-20, 7-2 for Wealdstone, and 11-4 for the draw. Is some of the early odds that I have for that, and I'll tell you that their top goal scorer at the minute is Josh Umera, who scored 6 league goals so far this season for Wealdstone. They also have somebody that's very, very, very familiar, very well known here at Grimsby Town. They've also got Ira Jackson Jr., who was told earlier this summer that he was surplus to requirements at Grimsby. And then found his way to Wealdstone. So, he's probably going to want a point to prove at the on Tuesday night to try and, shall we say, prove to Paul Hurst what he's missing or what he could have given. The biggest, we've had 2 comeback wins, which has been very, very impressive. We've had a losing streak of 1. Wealdstone have lost 2 games running. We've had 6 clean sheets this year to Wealdstone's 4. 6 games under 2 goals a game. Same for Wealdstone as well. We've only failed to score once. Grimsby have only failed to score once in 12. And that was obviously the 0-0 against Stockport. And that just shows you really how good we are going forward. Whereas Wealdstone have failed to score 4 times. Our biggest victory was the 6-0 win over Dover. The biggest victory for them was a 1-0 defeat, but it's their biggest defeat was 5-0. Ours was the 3-1 defeat to Bromley. We've had the 1 goalless draw, which is 17%. That was the draw against Stockport. Comeback win, we've come back twice to win this season, Grimsby have. And like Josh O'Meara is their top scorer, John McAtee's ours with 6. So we've got equally effective strikers, and again, this is a game that is going to be such a tricky game because it's a game we're expected to win. And I always think the games that you're expected to win are the tougher games. Wealdstone, we're looking at this like, wow, it'd be great that we're going in against Grimsby Town. And I was told the other day, in fact, that we're still classed as a big fish at this level. But there's so many good sides now in the National League. There's no easy games at all. And to be honest with you, this game is a real tough game. As it stands at the moment, Grimsby are top of the pile. Can you believe we are saying this? We are top of the pile with 29 points from 12 games. That's basically 29 points from a possible 36 for the Mariners so far this season, with the 2 draws and the 1 defeat. That was the Maidenhead. That was the Maidenhead 1-1 draw, as well as the Stockport 0-0 draw, and obviously that 3-1 defeat at Bromley has been our only disappointment so far. 27 goals for the Mariners this year. 27 goals this year for the Mariners already. We get one more win, believe it or not, we will have matched our entire win record in 90 minutes. If we were to win Tuesday night, we will have won the exact same amount of games we won last season alone. That's how good of a start that we have made. And people might say, well, it's lesser, isn't it? It's a lesser standard. With teams like Notts County, with teams like Dagenham, with teams like Chesterfield, with teams like Wrexham, with teams like Stockport, lesser. No. In fact, I think this is probably slightly tougher than League Two. I think that not slightly, that's a disservice. I think it's a lot tougher than League Two. Not just because you've got the one promotion place, but to get a gap, any kind of gap at this level is absolutely pivotal. And the fact that we have a plus 16 goal difference is testament to everybody at the club. If we go on again to look a little bit more at Wealdstone, Wealdstone have had a solid start, only 2 wins from the 12, but they have picked up 5 draws as well as 5 defeats. They've scored 11 times this season. They've conceded 19. So they're on a -8 goal difference with 11 points. That for them is nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. They're being competitive, especially for obviously the budget that they've actually got and they've been able to put together. It just shows you that it is difficult to win at this level, and Wealdstone will be a difficult challenge, and I really think it will be. I think, like I said, Ivor Jackson's going to have a point to prove coming back here, not long after leaving, and Wealdstone can take this as a free hit. That again, it's one of these games where we're expected to win this. I'm sure if you look at different bookmakers, they'll have us shorter, some will have us a little bit longer, but we're going to be favourites for this period. And I think, you've got to think, 6 goals for O'Meara, that's going to make him dangerous, and obviously Ivor Jackson's going to have a point to prove. So with that, I don't see this game being a straightforward one. I see it being quite quite cagey. I would say. Like I said, it helps Wealdstone a little bit with it being home for them. So it's one of these that is, again, you've got to be professional for. I do have a feeling, depending on injuries, I think Lennell John Lewis will probably start again, possibly alongside John McAtee. We know there's 2 players at least, but from what Paul Hurst said yesterday in his post-match, there is more than 2 players out with COVID-19. So they'll, at least Ryan Taylor and Michi Afete, that we seem to believe, they will miss Tuesday's game at Wealdstone, and also the home game with Notts County at the weekend on Saturday. And people are going to say, well, it's the bigger game out of the 2. No, it's the easier game out of the 2. Before anybody jumps down my throat to say, what do you mean easier game? You really know the threats of Notts County, whereas going into this one against Wealdstone, we only know about him because of his goal exploits. He's up there with the top goal scorers, and obviously Ira Jackson. You know, there's a real danger about this one that we have to, again, we have to respect and we have to appreciate this team. I'm going to make a prediction for this. Now we'll move on to my prediction for the game. I'm going to go. I don't think this will be, like I said, I don't think this will be a gimme. I think Wealdstone will make it tricky, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. I'm going to go for Grimsby to win 1-0. I think one of our midfielders may get the goal. If Ben Fox plays, I think Ben Fox will get the goal, I think. So I'm going to say 1-0. I'm going to be conservative. You know, people are saying, well, maybe it could be 3 or 4. It could. But I do think Wealdstone will make it tricky. I think if we can break them down early, the floodgates could open. But it is going to be tight. It is going to be tense. Anybody that is travelling down to Wealdstone for the game on Tuesday night, travel safe. Enjoy the game. It's always hard to enjoy a Grimsby game, isn't it? But enjoy the game. Leave me what you think the prediction of the game is going to be for you. Do you think the Mariners are going to carry on this run? Can we go through the whole of October unbeaten? Now there's a challenge. So what do you guys think the score's going to be? Leave it down below. Any questions you've got for me as well, please leave them down below, and I will get around to answering them. So let me know your prediction. If you're going on Tuesday, enjoy it. Hopefully the boys can bring back another 3 points and keep cementing our place at the top of the league. All I would say, on a little bit of caution, is we haven't achieved anything yet, but let's keep riding this wave, shall we? And one thing I just want to mention before I finish this video is Lennell John Lewis. Now I'm seeing a lot of fans having a little bit of a dig at John Lewis. I understand he's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. But some of the fans, come on. You know, it's Lenny is a confident player. He is a confident player. And I did hear people were shouting when Lenny picked up the ball to take the penalty yesterday against Yeovil. No! Right. Lenny, to me, is a proven penalty taker at Grimsby. A lot of people said when he was last here, well, most of his goals came from the penalty spot. Yeah, he scored 20 of them. And everyone knows that stuff now, you know, what he did when he was last here. And I understand he's not everybody's favourite. But I think some of the slagging off of Lenny and the knocking of Lenny is unjust. I'm sorry, but it is. I understand, you know, people don't like him. He's not their favourite striker. People are saying, I've seen on forums saying, yeah, but he's a striker, so he has to be. And like I said before, there's more to a forward than goals. If Lenny was not getting in the right areas, everyone talks about that sitter. I haven't seen it fully yet. When they talk about that sitter that he should have got. Well, okay, you're saying he should have got it. Why didn't John McAtee take the shot then? Don't see anyone knocking McAtee for it though, do you? And like I've already said in forums, it's like Lenny is becoming a scapegoat. I am going to do a little bit of a video in the next day or so about Lenny John Lewis. But I just wanted to bring this up at the end of this video just to say to fans, get behind Lenny. Okay, if he's not your favourite player and he's not, you know, you'd rather somebody else, I understand that. But like I've said to people in the past that have said something about Lenny, he wants to be here. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He gives everything for that badge, which is all we ask for, is that they give everything for that badge. You know, he may not be the most prolific striker in the way of goals, but my God, he's got a work rate that matches John McAtee's. John may be more of a natural finisher than Lenny, but Lenny's got just the work rate that Ryan Taylor's got, that John McAtee has got. He's got the same work rate. Funny though, isn't it? You know, and I think people have got to just, if he has a bad game, you've got every right to criticise, like we all do with any player. If they, with any team, if they have a bad game, you've got every right to criticise them. But with Lenny, he didn't have a bad game yesterday. He didn't have a bad game with Bromsgrove either. So I think what we need to do, some fans will, some fans won't. Get behind him. He's a confident player. And do you know what I hope for his critics? As well as I know I've said 1-0. I hope he goes and knocks in a couple of goals Tuesday night, because then you'll see everybody turn. Oh no, probably if he misses one chance, somebody might just pick out that one chance that he misses. Like they did yesterday. He missed that sitter, but the penalty he scored got forgotten about. Lenny John Lewis opened the scoring yesterday. But because he missed that so-called sitter, which like I said I haven't seen back yet, everyone calls him useless. Not everybody, sorry, that's not every fan does. But some do. But they forgot he opened the scoring yesterday. That's the last thing I want to talk about that right now. But do get your opinions in on Lenny for me as well. What's your opinion on Lenny? Do you like him? If you don't like him, why don't you like him? What is it about Lenny that you don't agree with? I will do a video in the coming weeks about Lenny John Lewis, because I think people need to try and get a bit more understanding of Lenny and understanding what kind of player Lenny is. If you don't know already, some fans will, some fans won't. But add to the end of this video, if you don't like Lenny John Lewis, why don't you? And just one other thing as well, just to tag on the end of that. Everyone says about that, well, he won't score you 20 goals. Let me give you a fact. Last season, when Sutton United got promoted, out of this league, their top scorer had 14. And I'm going to make a figure for Lenny. I think he'll get 12. I don't care if the 12 penalties or not. He'll get between 10 and 12 goals this season. But, yeah, just let me know as well why you guys, along with your prediction, are you a Lenny fan? Are you not? If not, why not? And have a dignified discussion as to why is Lenny not one of your favourites. I'm not saying he's one of my favourites, but I can see his work rate. I can see his effort. I can see he gives us more than just goals. He does more than just score goals. But I know being a striker, that's what all fans look at and they go, well, he's not scoring loads. I said, and I'm thinking to myself, well, no, he's not scoring loads. But there you go. But he sets up a lot. He gets other people in play. If you get people that run around him and run past him, he can look as effective as anybody else. So, yeah, leave me a little bit of your opinion on Lionel. But also leave me your predictions down below for the game. What do you think will happen? Will it continue? That's enough of me waffling for today. Do look out for something else that I'm going to be working on in the next couple of weeks. Could be a new channel, you'll find out. But there is something else coming in the next couple of weeks from me. It's about a journey of mine. I'll let you know more when I'm ready to disclose more information. But on the meantime, I'll be back with a big preview. This will be a big preview coming up for Saturday's game against Notts County. Like I said, it's a big week for Grimsby, as it is for them. But yeah, give me your predictions. Let me know what you think down below. And also your position on Lionel John Lewis. Personally, I like him because I can see what he gives to the side. If you don't like him, explain why. And why do you think he's getting so much flack? Because a lot of it's not deserved. I'm sorry, it's not. And no one can justify that to me. He doesn't deserve the flack that he's getting. If he has a bad game, by all means. But Lenny has played 290 minutes and he hasn't let us down in either. So, there. That's the video. I'm going to stop waffling now. Hopefully you guys enjoy the game if you're going to Wealdstone tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Hope you liked the video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, that'll let you know when I'm about to upload another video, and I will see you guys on Saturday for the big Notts County preview. I'll see you guys then. See you soon.